Okay, so...
Do we need to introduce it or anything?
Well, I thought it'd be good if maybe if you wanted to... I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. I thought it'd be good if you wanted to just talk about what it was and kind of what you... So, if you want to tell us a bit about the challenge and I guess when you started up until now.
Perfect. Cool, so I've done the 75 hard challenge. It was hard, but what it kind of had in it was you had to do 2 exercises a day worth 45 minutes. One exercise a day had to be outside and one had to be inside. You then had to drink 4.5 litres of water every single day, which equals to a gallon. Then you had to do no alcohol. Mm-hmm. Then we had to do a follow a diet. Yeah. So whatever diet you was following kind of before, change it. So you couldn't have junk food, couldn't have crisps, couldn't have chocolate. Again, if people wanted fizzy drinks, you can have it, but I tried to really, really cut completely out.
So the diet thing, because this is what I was wondering, the diet thing is not like a specific strict diet, it's more what you want to diet.
Yeah, exactly that.
So it's not an amount of calories per day, is it?
No.
Right,
no.
okay.
It is literally follow a diet.
Okay.
So what I done is I just jumped on the internet, looked at a few kind of recipes. I also use Get It Done's app, which is a fitness app.
Okay.
And then they tell you some recipes on there as well. And of course, then using my nutrition products if I life.
Yeah.
And then follow your progress. So what was key for this part was taking a picture every single day, which was really good. And then read 10 pages of a book each day. Yeah. Which I'm used to anyway.
Yeah. So it's physical, but also mental.
Yeah.
So
it is
like
a
whole body
challenge.
diet.
Yeah. The physical aspect is a bonus, but it's completely mental.
Yeah. So that's actually interesting because that's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, so you've done this and you finished today. Yeah. And so how has it made you feel physically and how has it made you feel mentally? So each, have you noticed differences in each of those?
Yeah,
areas?
Absolutely. So should we touch on mentally?
Yeah. So
mentally it's completely changed. So I started on the 1st of January thinking, right, new year. My friend Robin, actually, I'll give you a quick story. My friend Robin texted me on, I think it was like the 27th of December saying, Cherelle, have you heard of 75 Hard? Cherelle went, no, what's this? And she went, oh, it's a challenge you've got to do for 75 days. It's called 75 Hard. Didn't even ask her for the app, didn't even ask her what it entails. Put me in, Robin, I'll do it with you. Yeah. The best thing and the worst thing I could have ever said. After I've committed, I've gone, what is this? Yeah. After committing. Yeah. And she's put laughing faces, and then she showed me what it was, and I was like, oh no.
So why did you heard about this challenge and straight away you were like, yes? Why did you think, not why did you think you could do it, but just, do you like the idea of just a challenge anyway? Was it something you were like, oh, I'll do it? Just because it's a challenge, you're not even having to know what the...
At this point, I've committed, so I don't know what I've committed to.
Right.
So I've just heard 75 hard, didn't think it was 75 days of hardness. Yeah. Just thought, 75 hard, what can it be? Yeah. And I've put me and Robin to support her. And then when she sent me the PDF, I was like, oh my God, what have I just put myself into? I've just seen the no alcohol and I was like, oh no.
That in itself is...
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's hard enough on its own.
100%.
But everything else is on top of that.
Yeah, so... Mentally, where Robin had Jack, they were in the same household together where, I'm not going to tell my partner Ben to go, you've got to do it as well, because it's up to you.
Exactly, yeah.
So, but he made it easier for me, some days, some not. But the mental side of it, just from running businesses and also getting to clients, speaking to clients, getting to training, being actually... in the moment has been the best thing. Yeah. My mind's clear, my brain's clear, my development on things has been so clear. Yeah. Even people talking to me that I've been doing things for many years now, they're like, oh my God, Cherelle, like you've changed so much. And not changed in regards to a person, because I'm not. I'm still the same person, but what's changed is my development and my kind of go-getter.
Yeah, it's like your response to problems,
100%.
Your response to things is different. It's not.
And it's, at the end of the day, I used to be exhausted because I've been trying to do so much and I've gone back and forth to London. And I think even if I was take my old self of going back to forth in London every week, 4 times a week, I think even having that the last 3 months, I would have breezed it. Yeah. Because I was so clear.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I think it's that mental clarity. I guess it comes from not just, the physical stuff is the eating and the exercise and the drinking, not drinking the alcohol, drinking lots of water. Yeah. The mental thing is the reading. But I guess all of those physical components also contribute to
100%.
Your mental clarity, right?
Yeah.
So like not eating that junk food and
Exactly.
not drinking, I guess it all just adds up to a really clear mind.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? And it sounds absolutely ridiculous because I love sweets.
Yeah.
Sweets and chocolate is my be-all.
Yeah, me too.
And then alcohol on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are all the things that I guess most people like, don't they? Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
And I think when you say it, it's like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
But actually, when you're doing it and you go into a shopping centre and you see these things that you could easily pick up, that's the mental challenge.
Well, that's the thing,
Especially when you're hungry and you think, do you know what, I could just grab a bag of jellies.
Yeah.
Or I could just grab a bag. I've never been mad on crisps anyway.
Right.
So for me, that wasn't hard.
It's not a massive thing.
The hardest part for me was fizzies.
Yeah.
I used to have 1 or 2 a day.
Right.
Like consistently.
Yeah.
And to stop that completely, that was my challenge. And to drink water, which I hated.
Right, yeah, that's. I think that's really interesting because I really like drinking water, but for some people, that's the thing, they just don't drink. But I think that honestly, probably all the components are great, but that on its own probably makes a massive difference anyway. Because it's just because when you keep hydrated, it's just your whole body feels better, and it's just, it's what you need. It is what you need.
I think until you do it, that's when you realise. So like day 5, day 6, day 7, I could have easily just gone, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But I think having the water there massively helped. Preparing every single day for the next day helped.
Yeah.
But what really helped, and I know it sounds so stupid, is you have a 75 hard hat.
Yeah.
On there, you have to physically tick it off.
Yeah.
So when you look at it at the end of the day, around 8 or 9, I'll be like, right, okay, I've just got my book to read, and I've got to drink another 500 millilitres of water. And I'm like, right, that's easy.
Yeah.
Read my book and drink my water, I'm done.
Yeah.
Putting that, just clicking that button completed day by day, gave you so much momentum.
I bet it did.
Motivation.
Yeah, and that's like a physical thing as well. 100%. So it's like a physical reminder, okay, I'm doing this, I know I have to do this, and you can see it, and you can see yourself. It's like when you make a to-do list.
Yeah, of course it is.
So, and that's the same mental thing, is just seeing it written down and being able to tick it off makes you feel good, because you feel like you've accomplished something.
The first 10 days was an absolute struggle.
Yeah.
Unbelievable struggle, like to the point where me and Robin were talking every single day. It was so hard. And then the 15 days come, the 20 day come, the 30 day come. Don't get me wrong, it was still very hard, but it become a little bit more easier. It become then a habit.
Yeah.
But it's not a small habit where you're changing every day. This is a habit where you're changing quite a bit.
It's every aspect
100%.
of your lifestyle. Yeah.
100%. So I used to use Herbalife before anyway, but not much. I wasn't very consistent on it at all, if I'm being honest. But that gave me something to be consistent on.
Yeah.
And looking at the results with my nutrition, with my gym, and not eating shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see them anyway. Pop them on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And the transformation is mental. Even though I was quite fit.
Yeah.
Like fit
physically,
inside, physically. Yeah. But when you look at me, I wasn't.
Right.
And that's the change in kind of physically and mentally, because when you see a change and you feel confident, you feel more and more confident. Now I'm like so confident within my own ability and in my inner self. I'm like, I can do anything now. So where before I thought I could do anything, but I think that was just more of you speaking to yourself, and I didn't feel it all the time. I didn't feel great every day. Like coming back from training, yes, I've done a workout, and usually you're supposed to feel great after a workout. I didn't.
Right.
Because I'd go to McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is keeping it consistent. Yeah,
100%.
exactly. Yeah.
And, I haven't had McDonald's, no greasy food at all for the last 75 days. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
The days Ben has Chinese, I used to cook a salmon.
I don't know how, I honestly don't know how you do that. That would just...
I think it's, do you know what? We were sitting in the jacuzzi, and we always drink in the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest. But then once I kind of got over those few days of doing it without drinking, I'm actually like, why am I doing that anyway?
Yeah.
And it kind of, then Ben got into a routine of not doing it. So it kind of helped him out as well. But it is true what they say. Don't get me wrong, you do need greasy food.
Yeah.
That is something I've realised, because you do need that bit of a break.
Yeah, and everything's about balance. It is about balance. And I think this is obviously, it's a hard challenge. Like, it's in the name. So obviously it's not something you could probably do all year.
No.
I mean, you just can't do it, can you? But like doing it, then I guess it shows you that you can do it.
Yeah.
It shows you that you've got the mental willpower to do it, and the physical ability to do it. But then also, it's kind of nice that it's made you realise I don't have to do this. You know, you can enjoy the nice things, because that's the whole point, I think. It's just about not going the other way and just doing that all the time, because then
there's no fun.
It has the opposite effect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a nice thing to look forward to.
Exactly.
If it's every day, then why, you know, you're not looking forward to it, are you?
No, and I think that's what's kind of, you know, I am going to have like a blowout now for the next week.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to get back on my nutrition, because I have noticed since I've been on the products, since I've been taking the products consistently, and how much good my body and mentally, I know the challenges mentally helped me, but also I think the nutrition has helped me mentally as well, because I've been consistent.
Yeah.
And you're feeding your body and your brain good things. So that is what I'm going to carry on with, being really consistent with my nutrition side. But I still going to give myself a break every Sunday, have a takeaway or a nice glass of wine on a Friday night. You know, I'm not going to go back to that. Yeah. Because it's
too much.
I look back now, and on the days I like last week was a struggle. Yeah. Yesterday was the first day that I hadn't struggled for a while.
No, you knew it was coming to an end.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing, and you mentioned it briefly then. It's all about the routine of it, isn't it? I feel like if you can get into that routine and you can get used to it, then that's all you need, really. And I think that probably makes a massive difference to the productivity and the mental sort of clarity, because it's just, I think human beings like routine, and you know, it's everything with your sleep and your work day, and then what you do after, that's all routine. And if that's consistent, then you just feel more accomplished and better. And I guess this is just a really extreme version of just routine, isn't it? It's just like the hardest routine you can have. Yeah,
absolutely. And before, I never usually had kind of like a routine. You know, I'd get up, sometimes I wouldn't even eat breakfast. Yeah, I'll go into work, probably go to Tesco's, get a takeaway, like lunch meal deal thing. Yeah. And then in the afternoon we go, I've got training now, what do I eat? Now I've got such a good routine with my nutrition diet that actually it is brilliant. Yeah. So I come to the end of the day, I'm still alive, I'm still, you know, Fatima in our office always goes, have you got so much energy? Yeah. Because I'm feeding my body the right things.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is something that's really helped me with that.
Yeah.
And I think that it does come down to repetition, and in football you have repetition, and everything else in my life I had repetition in, but not my nutrition. Yeah. And this is something that's really helped me with that. Yeah. As well as drinking water. Yeah. I will carry on doing 2 to 3 litres a day. That's not 4. I can't.
Well, that is a lot. That is a lot.
Can't do 4. No. And I'll probably for a while I'll probably go back down to 1 training session a day. Yeah. I know 2 was okay. It was hard, especially when I'm playing football. I couldn't have a rest day. No. And I think that took its toll on me the last month. So I'm gonna have some rest now. Yeah. Not complete rest, because I'll probably get back running on Saturday. Yeah. Because obviously we're still in season, but just a few days rest, just to reset, eat awful food.
You need it, yeah. It's
just
balance.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Because I think you know, you can get so caught up in being strict, doing this, doing that, but at the same time you still need to have fun. Yeah. So like, since this challenge has started, I've helped a lot of people with their kind of physical, I guess it is, isn't it? Physical and mental. A lot of people have come to me after seeing my progress, because I have put it on my Instagram and Facebook for the last 75 days. And a lot of people have sent to me, oh, Cherelle, you've been really inspirational. You know, you've really helped me today. And if we can do that every day, if everyone could do that every day, it's going to
makes a massive difference. Yeah. And I guess that's the nice thing about, you know, obviously this challenge isn't for everybody. No. But at least if people can see that progress, you know, that worked for you. Yeah. And if that's inspiring, then something else might work for them. You know, it's not 100%. Saying like, okay, you've got to do this, you've got to stop everything. Yeah. And because it's not realistic for everybody. You know, some people just can't do it. But I guess it's about finding what works for you, and you know, and I think that's the nice thing about it. You know, like I said, it's not a really strict calorie specific diet. I think those things can sometimes be
I could do that.
Have a negative effect, because it's just then you're constantly watching everything. I think that can actually be quite, you know, mentally that can be quite damaging, because it's almost too much. You're thinking constantly about it, and that can really make you feel odd about yourself and just everything. You're constantly thinking, and then I think that's, you know, negatively impacting your mental.
And also then when you go to a shopping centre and you're checking, I seen it the other day, someone was checking every package for the calories. How boring is that? Yeah, like, it's hard. You want to grab something to eat, and you don't want to have to be worrying about calories.
Yeah, and you want to enjoy what you eat
There's
as
so
well.
much out there where
Yeah.
you can follow a diet in different ways. Like there's so much out there.
Yeah.
But calories for me is not. I don't track.
Not it. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. It's it's a nice way to kind of remind people that it's not necessarily what you do, it's how you do it, isn't it?
Exactly
So you pick what works for you,
Yeah.
but then the principle's the same. You just
Yeah.
got to be consistent. Do it every day.
That's a key
Check
word.
it,
Consistent.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's the whole thing.
The whole thing is consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency, motivation, determination.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
And there's going to be days when, even, let's just take 75 hard out of the scenario, there's going to be days where you kind of sit there and you think, oh, I could really do something sugary.
Mm-hmm.
There's other things that you can have. You don't always need to grab the sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can go up and then crash. What
Yeah.
you want to do is you go up and you stay up.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've realised, actually, I don't need to just go grab a Pepsi Max. I
Yeah.
just grab a Lift Off, which has got good nutrients in it.
Yeah.
Nutrients in it, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's giving me the buzz.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So
and
it has
that's
the same
something I've
effect,
learned.
but it's picking the right thing, I guess.
Correct, yeah. But on a Saturday and a Sunday, or maybe a Sunday actually because it's game day, is afterwards I will crack open a Pepsi Max and I will have a doner kebab or something to
you
get
do
those
kind of
carbs
need it.
in.
You need the carbs and the
100%.
sugar
I've missed
because you
that
just burnt
so
it all
much.
off for an hour and a half. Like you need it.
Yeah.
Like if you weren't having that, you couldn't
No.
do it every
And
Sunday,
I've done
could
it
you?
for the last 75 days and I have seen the ups and the downs and the ups and the downs because I need to give my body that junk food, as we call it, to go again.
Yeah.
As stupid as it sounds, the junk food, and then Monday comes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Back on my right nutrition, back on my right liquids, and then I'm fine.
Yeah.
So the only thing I have missed on this is them Sundays.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But everything else was hard. Not gonna lie. Anyone wants to do it, do it, put yourself through it. I know a lot of people that signed up to do it and then dropped out.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
The fact that you've signed up to do it is good.
Yeah,
But
exactly, yeah.
at the same time I'm not a quitter.
No.
So I won't quit.
Yeah, exactly. Once you're doing it.
Could have been easy just to say, nah, Robin.
Yeah.
4 days in, no thank you. But for me, it's put me to test where I didn't physically know I could get to, and I've done it.
Yeah.
So now I know anything I do, I will do and I can do.
Exactly.
So.
It's like with any sort of challenge thing. Once you realise you can do it,
Yeah.
Anything else that you go on to do, you just look back on that and go, right, well, I can do this now.
Exactly. And I've helped, I think 6 or 7 people now I've helped with having, they've looked at my photos and they've gone, oh, sure, I want to get there really quick. Well, I haven't got there quick.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm still nowhere near where I want to be. But 70 days, 5 days later, I've looked back and I've gone, well, actually, 2 things I've done correct is looking at myself every single day.
Yeah.
Every night before I got to bed, I used to look at my photos.
Yeah.
A little bit, even if it was like a little bit of muscle or a little bit of fat come off or something stupid like you couldn't see my other chin. That made me happy.
Yeah.
So it's just tracking your progress.
Yeah.
And that's something I definitely recommend anyone.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. I think it's, like you say, it's at least motivational. If nothing else, it's a motivational sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%. And watching people, I had so many nice messages. I've had so many congratulations, and they're the things that kind of keep you going.
Yeah.
I was speaking to someone on the phone yesterday, and he was like, "Cherelle, how did you do it?"
Yeah.
You just do.
Exactly.
I think it's like if someone had gone up to your head and go, "You've got to drink 6 Guinnesses because it's St. Patrick's Day."
Yeah.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna turn around and go, "Actually, no, just shoot me."
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of throughout that journey I kind of looked at.
Yeah.
And if I didn't get to this point and I gave up a month ago, I wouldn't.
You'd feel like you'd let yourself
awful.
down.
Yeah.
It's that sort of metaphorical.
So the motivation's gone from here to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't want that feeling of losing it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling, and until you've been to that point, you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's how you deal with it, really.
Yeah, of course.
But good.
Cool.
Any more questions?
Well, I mean, I think you've answered all my questions, and I think unless you have anything final that you'd like to say about the challenge, but I think you've definitely made it clear about what it is and how it can help, how it helped you, and how something like this, not necessarily this, but something like this could help other people. I think is
absolutely. I think just keeping track of your good days and your bad days.
Yeah.
What you've done on your good days and what you haven't done on the bad days that you usually do on the good days. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
And that's how I will look at everything moving forward now.
Yeah.
Is how on my good days what went on that I changed on my bad days.
Yeah.
Or it might be you have a bad day. Everyone has a bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be, you've tripped over a puddle or you've walked into a puddle or you forgot to brush your hair, you know, something stupid like that, it just ticks in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
But what you've got to do is overcome that and go, actually, do you know what, I'm not going to have a bad day today, I'm going to have a great day.
Yeah.
And get it.
Yeah.
That's all you've got to do, but we're human.
Exactly, yeah. And that's all about the balance, like we said before.
100%.
That's just balance.
Balance
and
is
it's
very
recognising that that's fine, you know,
Yeah.
like all those things are fine. And if one day's really hard, that's fine. Because if you can pick it back up the next day, then
100%.
that's balance, isn't it? So that's
And it's
great.
just being that 1% better every single day,
Yeah.
or not even better, 1% doing more every single day of where you
Yeah.
want to get to.
And then you might feel better 10 days, 20 days. You
Correct.
know, it's just working.
That's all
working
that
to
75 hard was, it's just got a name on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
extreme stuff. But
Yeah.
no, thanks for having me.
No, thank you. It was really interesting. I think it's a really good thing.
Good stuff.
Congratulations as well.
Thank you. Thanks.
Cool.